Welcome to the Red Room at the University of Oklahoma Football Complex. Berry Tramel along with Jake Trotter and Bob Stoops just had a press conference to talk about the Big Bowl matchup. BCS National Championship game, Oklahoma and Florida. And Jake, champions of the Big 12, champions of the Southeast Conference. That's as it should be.
Questions will linger about whether Texas belongs, but it's all put to rest. It's going to be Oklahoma and Florida. And I think you're right. The two best teams in the nation are playing for the title. The two champions of the two best conferences as well. This
is a marquee matchup. You've got Tim Tebow, 2007 Heisman winner, Sam Bradford, quite possibly the 2008 Heisman winner. You've got two coaches who have won BCS national titles. This is a marquee matchup.
And a matchup at first. Florida and Oklahoma never played before. If Bradford does go on to win the Heisman this Saturday, it'll be the second time that two Heisman winners have faced each other in a national championship. And then also, too, this is the first time that a coach will have won two BCS titles. It's been 10 different winners over the 10 years or whatever it is. So an impressive chance for either Coach Bob Stoops or Urban Meyer to really set a legacy going forward.
Of course, Bob Stoops has Florida ties. Defensive coordinator 1996 through 98 in Gainesville. Helped lead the Gators to the 96 national title. Here's some of the things Bob Stoops had to say about the upcoming Big Bowl championship.
It's a great opportunity, and I've loved the way our team has really played the last 3-4 weeks. Just have really, maybe the right way, has peaked at the right time, and I know they're anxious and excited about the opportunity. So we'll just work through the month leading up to it and get prepared for it.
You said one time that you can't take these for granted. And I know you've been told that by some of your mentors in coaching too. So what does it mean to get here another time, knowing the grind it takes?
It's satisfying. It's a long, hard-fought process to work through 13 games and to be where we're at. And again, I appreciate the players' efforts and assistant coaches for that. But so it's exciting. It's an exciting opportunity, and I know everybody's looking forward to it.
Bob, is there some justification, or that may not be the right word, but is it fitting that the champions of the two conferences, Big 12 and SEC, are playing in the big game after a season in which they were clearly the two best leagues?
I guess, but
if you're going to have a two-team playoff, it seems like the best way to do it is the two best leagues send their champions.
Well, it depends on what their records are. I mean, they could have some champions that we've had them other times that have a couple losses. So, there's some other really good football teams out there, Penn State, USC. It's hard to deny how well those guys have played too. So I have a hard time determining, when everybody says, oh, this is the best league. There's still always some teams at the top of most leagues that can usually play with anyone.
Is going to Miami as much of a reward for the players as it is just also for the fans who've stuck with you all season?
Yes, but I don't know that our guys really overall much care, where it's at. It's the opportunity, the game, and just getting prepared to play that in that kind of a game. So, to some degree it is, but I don't know. I never much care where it's at. It's the opportunity.
Bob, your thoughts on Florida, a team that has tremendous skill, talent as well.
Yeah, and I've just been on a million conference calls asking questions. It just happened today. We haven't seen them yet, and I haven't got a chance to really see many of their games at all year. So I know they're talented. I know they're fast. I see enough highlights, to see all the skill and and the speed. So, but that isn't surprising. You would expect that, and so we'll just see as we start to get a chance to watch them.
Coach, you guys got 21 turnovers in 5 games, I think. I think you said last night that this is one of, if not the best big play defense you've had. On the other side, they don't turn the ball over almost ever. Tebow has 2 interceptions all year. Seems like that's going to be an interesting clash of styles, and maybe whoever comes on top in that area is going to have a good chance to win.
It's always a factor. Fortunately, we don't turn it over either. So in the end, it's always an issue and a factor in all, not just big games, and in all games.
What are you least looking forward to in the next month? answering questions about this three-way tie mess or answering questions about the BCS bowl record the last few years?
I don't much care about either one of them.
We listened to your teleconference just now, and you've been answering a lot of questions about this Texas.
I answered one.
I mean, in the last few weeks, and you've been holding your
I'll just keep
composure.
getting- I'll keep
You've been
getting-
holding your composure pretty good, but there was some aggravation seemed to rise up tonight.
Not at all. It's really quite simple. It's quite simple, and it's not that hard to figure out. And again, we all agreed to what the situation would be before the season started, and if someone had a problem with it, whether it be the media or another particular team, they should have raised the issue before we all started playing. Because I'll play by whatever they say. Doesn't much matter.
Rob, do you have an idea what your schedule will be over the next couple of weeks? How many are you going to practice? Or?
We're not going to practice this week. After that, we'll start to get into some practices and working around recruiting and the player schedules in finals week.
Is this usually a situation where it's a boon for recruiting? Let's face it,
Yeah, we don't have
players
many
want
left
to
to
play for
give.
wins. I know, but even in the future and that kind of thing, it's something you can.
Yeah, it always helps. I don't think there's any question. The more you win, and last night's game, those are exciting to recruits to be in that kind of an atmosphere. Sure, it is.
Last year, Ryan Broyles did a great job playing Pat White, you guys said, during the scout team practices leading up to the Fiesta Bowl. Do you have any guy in mind who might be able to play Tebow in the scout team?
Maybe Matt Clapp. need a big physical guy, but I don't know if Matt can throw like him. In fact, I know he can't.
Bob, do you have anything on DeMarco today? Is he
Just
okay?
same. I don't think it'll be long lasting.
Does this change anything with the game being the last game at all in years past with your bowl preparations? Do you have to put things off a week longer than usual? Or?
Yeah, of course we'll adjust timing and travel. Everything changes, to some degree.
But it doesn't give you any more time on the practice field. It's the same as it is for any other bowl game.
Yeah, you can only, you can be out there as much as you want, but I think there's a point of diminishing returns. So it's just, trying to find what you feel you need to do.
When will you go?
In all likelihood, the morning of the 2nd.
Is this a chance, Bob? It seems like you got this is sort of it's always a high-stakes game, national title game, but it's also a chance to quiet some criticism that's hit you in the past and this year with the bowl record and this three-way tie deal. Is that a factor at all, or are you just looking at the reward?
Well, I mean, everything's a factor. The reward's enough in itself, but you're aware of what's been said about our program, but I also am smart enough to know we've had our share of success. So in the end, it's another opportunity, and they're never easy, and I've been involved in 4 of them, and bring back the one in '96 at Florida, and 2000. First 2 we won. First 2 part of losing. So hopefully we can do a little better job this time and have a chance to win.